You're listening to the Into the Woods podcast with your hosts, Dermott and Michael. Let's get into it.
Wonderful chase by Shaw.
Cox again. I cannot believe it. D.Daicos nearly runs out of room. He's goal.
Jamie Elliott has won the game of footy for this famous club.
Slap for D.Daicos. He's going to be the hero. The little champ is going to pick the winner.
Here's the Burgoyne moment. He unloads. Bang! You need your stars. And Collingwood stars just went and wrenched the cup back.
Welcome to a very special episode of Into the Woods. I'm your host Dermott, and for the next hour or so, we'll be putting together a mock draft of the best players during the AFL era. If you want to join in the conversation, be sure to follow our socials. You can find us on X at Into the Woods Pod and on Instagram at Into the Woods Pod 10. Once again, I'm joined by Michael. How are you, Mick?
Good, thanks. It's a lot to live up to a very special episode, is it? As opposed to the other episodes.
Well, I literally just copied and pasted from when we did the Collingwood mock draft, and that's what I said then. So, for the people that have been listening to us and watching us for at least the last couple of months, you would remember that we did this with Collingwood players. So, best Collingwood players since 1990 AFL era. Put together two separate teams. Michael completely butchered it. Doesn't believe in key position players. Believes in Jaden Stevenson.
Sorry, I've had feedback. I've been told to look at you more, but no, I'm not doing that.
I was about to say, you're kind of creeping me out.
Yeah.
Who told you? Please don't look at me.
No, I don't. I think we both win with me.
I thought I'd done something wrong the way you were looking at me.
Yeah, no, I've been giving feedback. You need to look at Dermot more, she said.
No, please don't. So yeah, after we did that, we had a bit of fun. We put it out to the Into the Woods community and asked if you guys would be interested in us doing something similar, which instead of the Collingwood players would just be an all-round AFL era team. So every single club is included. I know this is a Collingwood podcast, so if you're not interested, that's all right. Don't have to watch.
Stop apologising. You just get on with it.
But we're going to do it anyway. So for the people that are interested, we're going to get into it very, very shortly. Yeah. Obviously, we don't have really anything to talk about. It is a bye week, thanks to Laura Kane and Andrew Dillon and their opening round disaster. We don't have any footy to watch this weekend.
It's probably worked out well for the Pies. We've had they had 3 games in 12 days or 14 days, whatever it was. And some of them are in pretty hot conditions. So it's going to serve us well when we come up against Carlton next week.
Possibly. After
their 6-day break and when they were playing in what described as being a sauna. So I reckon they're going to run out of legs next week, Carlton.
Are you nervous about that game? So they're playing for their season, Carlton?
Well, I'm always nervous playing against Carlton because you don't want to lose to them. No. But I think we should beat them and probably beat them comfortably. If we kick half decently a goal, we should.
Any word on if Harry's coming back? Will he be there?
I heard yesterday that he's a chance,
okay.
But there's no guarantee.
Because this is the one team that would scare me in terms of key forwards. Without Reef, obviously, that we talked about in our last pod, like we don't have that great depth of key defenders to take on the likes of Carlson. So it would be great if he isn't playing, especially because Brody Kemp looked all right the other night.
Yeah, but, well, how will go to him, you reckon?
Yeah, how. So before we get into it, we'll do a mini hot topics. Just want to mention one thing before we start this draft, and that's Maynard, because the news about Braden Maynard getting that big contract offer from North Melbourne broke literally about half an hour after we did the podcast last, so we couldn't talk about it. I'm hearing a bit of mixed reports. Like I'm hearing it's a huge offer, 6 years. It's going to be impossible for him to turn down. And then I'm hearing he's going to stay loyal. He's going to stay. And then I'm hearing the money's not quite as big. The talks haven't gone.
Not $1 million,
yeah.
50 maybe.
So what's your gut? I don't want to lose Maynard. He's one of my all-time favourite players. I've named my fantasy team after him. I love the man. What is going to happen with Brayden Maynard?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll take those things into consideration when he makes his decision, Dermot. What I think, look, my gut feel is he'll stay, but I've got no confidence in that. Look, I think it might not be a bad thing. If he stays, fantastic. He's a heart and soul player. It'd be great to keep him. But if he goes, what type of compensation will we get?
I don't know. Like,
Essendon got picked. When they get? North Melbourne got picked 3 when McKay went to Essendon. Like, you've got to be kidding me.
It won't be that because he's not going to be on that kind of money.
No, well, as first reported, he might have been. He might have been on $1 million a year.
Yeah.
But now that seems to maybe come back. Yeah. But I don't know. By the time you take into account tax, I know he's probably getting more years as well. But by the time you take into tax, that brings it back. And there's value in being a one club player. Especially a loved one club player.
He screams one club player, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I can't imagine him playing for anyone else.
Yeah. No, from a monetary point of view, being a loved one club player, he could be making money. Like P.Daicos is still making money off being a Collingwood player 30 years after he's retired. Okay? There's currency in that. So,
I hope he doesn't leave.
Yeah.
If he stays, it shows how loyal he is. Because I think the money wise and also the amount of years that North Melbourne are going to offer him are going to be far superior to what we're offering. Yeah, so if he stays, he really does love it. He loves no matter what, he loves the club. So I wouldn't be upset. I would be upset if he left, but I wouldn't hold a grudge against him. He's got to set up his future.
Well, maybe there'll be a handshake agreement because apparently he wants to get. Well, what I read a couple of years ago, he wants to get into recruitment.
I heard that. Yeah.
Maybe there's a handshake agreement. We could find a position in our recruiting department for you when you retire. So made that transition into his
North Melbourne offering that?
No, Collingwood. Collingwood say, okay, you stay with us for a bit less and a bit less years, but when you're done, we'll find a position for you in our recruiting department to give you a start in that for the rest of your life. So things like that.
Yeah. Not bad. Yeah. All right, that's all we're going to talk about in the hot topics. Literally nothing. It's a bit depressing, isn't it, though?
Well, I just want to add one quick thing. Okay. I've got a general rule in life that you never judge people until you've met them. Totty Goldsmith taught me that valuable lesson years ago. I won't go into the story. But there's always been an exception to the rule. Peter Fitzsimon.
Oh, he's horrible.
Yeah, I don't need to explain that.
Well, his wife's not much better.
Yeah, just
Wilkinson.
Just with the red bandana and all that. Yeah. But I've added one more to that list. Bob Murphy. Don't need to explain. We all saw last week.
How cringy was that? I only watched half of it because I couldn't. But
it was awful.
So cringy.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not talk about it. Let's get into the draft.
I don't care for Bob Murphy.
Now you didn't. So I spoke to you on the phone last night. You didn't want to do this. You changed your mind. We promised the listeners we're going to do it. A few people said, "Yeah, we want you to do it," and you said no.
Well, I've embraced it. My notes here, bigger than the Unabomber's manifesto. It's huge. I've put a lot of time into it.
What was your reasoning? You've got a hell of a lot more names than I do. What was your reason? Your reasoning was
names.
Your reasoning was
don't look.
There's so many great players that we're both going to have great teams.
Yeah, exactly. We're both going to have great teams.
Challenge. You're going to butcher it. You were somehow.
Have you seen these names?
Have you got Jaden Stevenson in there?
Well, in the top, yeah. Well, why wouldn't I? He's coming out of the square.
You picked him over Myercheck and Tarrant and all these other guys in the Collingwood one. That was embarrassing. Yeah. So he's ahead of Lockett, Dunstall, those guys for you, I'm assuming?
No, I'm not giving anything away. I'm not going to give anything away.
Don't give anything away. So for the people that didn't watch the last one, we'll kind of explain how the draft works. So essentially, we're going to put together a team of 18 on the ground each, plus the 4 on the bench, plus a sub, and we'll take it in turns of picking. So we'll flip a coin in a second. Whoever gets the coin cost correct will get pick 1. Once we get to pick 10, that is the end of the first round. So whoever has pick 10 will then back it up with pick 11 to make up for the fact that they didn't get pick 1. And in the end of each round, it will sort of flip. So whoever gets pick 20 will get pick 21, and so on. And we just build. Don't look at my notes. We build we build the team however we want. So we have to say, for example, I don't know who's a player. Like I will pick Tony Lockett at full forward. I'm just using an obvious example. So you got to pick that guy. We're not going to do years this time because that confused you last time. So whatever.
It was ridiculous.
I
demonstrated how
last time we had to pick years to it. So I want the 2010 version of Dan Swan, for example. We're not going to do that. We're just going to pick players from 1990 onwards. You got to name the position, but we can be flexible. So say for example, you pick Andrew McLeod, I don't know, and you say, I want Andrew McLeod on a half-back flank, but as it goes on, did you not have Andrew McLeod?
Good idea.
Do you not have Andrew McLeod?
Money joking.
But as the draft goes on, if your team's looking different to how you imagined it, you can say, okay, I'm moving McLeod from half-back to wing so you can get another half-back. So you're allowed to do that, but you have to let us know. So that's essentially how it's done. And afterwards, we'll put it to a vote, and they'll all tell me that I've won, and then we'll move on.
Yes, because the people are always right, aren't they?
They were right last time.
You know, with the flat Earth stuff, they're always right.
All right, so stop looking at my notes. You're a cheat.
I wasn't looking. I just looked. I wasn't looking.
So
what do you want? Heads or tails?
I'll go heads. You don't have to stand up.
Stand up.
Why are you standing up?
Because it's traditional.
Oh my god.
Heads.
Oh, so
there was a bit of confusion last time with heads and tails.
There wasn't. You were the only one that was confused.
It's not as simple as you may think. So we've got heads. So you've got the choice of going first or not.
I'm going first.
You're going first.
And my first pick is going to be insane. So anyway, you might shake your head at this, but all right. So started the draft, round one, pick one to the mighty Dermotts. I'm going to pick Stephen Silvagni from Carlton.
Right, I had him up right up top. I had him at 5.
Can I explain why?
Well, yeah.
I'll explain why. So, essentially, I wasn't even considering this when I first put my notes together, but I've put my players in certain positions, so I've broken up into positions. I felt like
slow down, you're going too fast.
I felt like there was the biggest gap between first and second was the key defenders. I have him a clear first. Whereas all the other guys, like key forwards, midfielders, all that, I have sort of close together. So I wanted to get that one out of the way and pick who I think is clearly the best key defender in the AFL era.
Okay. Yes, I've separated mine into key backs, key forwards, so on and so on. And I've used the same theory to who'd be the hardest to replace. And he's up there, but I think Carey would be the hardest to replace.
Are you picking Carey with pick 2 then?
I'm picking Carey with pick 2.
No, that's fair. That's very fair.
Oh, it's fair that I picked probably what a lot of people would consider the greatest player ever at pick 2.
He was who I originally had to pick one before I looked at the key forwards and thought, well, yeah, I think I can get a few good ones as well.
Dermott's in trouble.
I'm not interested.
The realization's slowly coming over him.
Sorry, didn't you pick Presty in the top 10 in the last one? Is that what happened?
Yeah, because I went in terms of who's the hardest to replace. And Presty was that much better than the next fullback at the club.
So I'm picking Silvagni at fullback. I'm guessing you're picking Wayne Carey at centre half forward. Yep.
Or bench. Well, yeah, centre half forward.
Yeah, centre half forward. All right, we've picked 3. I'm picking Gary Ablett Senior on the half forward flank.
Right.
See, this is what I mean. Like, I was happy to get Senior.
Yeah. Okay.
So, are you panicking already?
No, this changes.
Wait, were you going to go Gary Senior with your next?
I was going to go Gary Senior with my next. But I was going to play Gary Senior at full forward in line with my versatile, dynamic forward line.
With DeGoey, Stevenson.
Yeah, those types. And kind of Ablett isn't a huge full forward, but he had the versatility to play further up the ground as well, of course. So I'll go with the best specialist full forward I've ever seen. Yep. Can you guess who that is?
Well, a lot of people say Tony Lockett, but I know you. I know it's Jason Dunstall.
It's Jason Dunstall. Jason Dunstall, yep. At his best, he was kicking 145 in a season, but he was also giving away another 30 goals. He was great below his knees. I remember seeing him at Princes Park kick 11 on us, and he also gave away about 4 or 5 to, passes that they went to his ankle, and he fed them out to the likes of Platten and Hall and these guys. He was great below his knees.
Yep. Okay.
So you're keeping a record of this?
Well, I'm writing them down in teams, but yeah.
Okay, good. That's
Well, you should be writing your own team down at least, so you can keep track of who you want to pick.
Okay,
We did this last time, and you panicked.
I panicked.
You panicked.
I don't think I panicked.
You did panic.
So who have I got so far?
So
Sorry.
you have who do you have? You got Dunstall and Carey.
Oh, but he had the two picks, right?
You're already struggling to keep up.
There you go. Centre forward, done.
I'm going to pick with what's this? Pick number 5 at centre half forward, Buddy Franklin.
Oh, come on. That's what I was tossing up between Dunstall and Franklin, thinking, well, Franklin, yeah.
So I got Gary Senior on a half forward flank, Buddy at centre half forward. It's now working out quite well for me, isn't it? After you said I was panicking at the start.
Okay, we just need a little bit of time.
What do you mean you need a little bit of time?
There's no easy replacement for Franklin, is there? There's no automatic replacement for him. I'm already in trouble.
You said it was
Hold
going to
on,
be
shut up.
easy.
Okay.
Shut up. He said.
Right, just shut the fuck up.
Did you? You know we're recording. You just told me to
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, okay. I just need a bit.
Come on, me. This is pick 6, by the way.
Okay, this is one out of the box.
Oh, you're already going out of the box at pick 6.
One out of the box.
Yeah.
One that I just had in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to convince myself as the more I talk. I'm going to go for Jeremy Cameron on the half forward flank. Not unbuddy like. He can get up and back. That's not a bad pick.
At pick 6.
That's not a bad pick. No, think about it. Think about it. I want that mobile tall, third tall.
Oh.
I want that.
Remember when you
mobile-
said there's no point in doing. No, you've locked it in.
No, I haven't locked it in.
You have.
No, I've just realised
No.
the structure of my. No, I'll tell you why, listeners. I'll tell you why. It's very simple. Because I'm thinking Ablett at full forward.
Oh my god.
So we need another tall. But of course, I've got Dunstall full forward. He plays predominantly tall. So I don't really need another tall on the half forward flank. So no.
Hold on. Have you ever
locked it
seen at the official draft and play, we're going to pick this guy? Actually, no, we don't want him anymore.
Yeah, but also I haven't heard an official draft use players' nicknames. I'll get Bobby Hill. Who's Bobby Hill?
Do you want Bobby Hill now?
No, I don't want Bobby Hill. I'm talking about the Collingwood draft.
I love how you said neither of us can butcher this because there's so many great players, and then you pull out Jeremy Cameron at pick 6.
No.
I'll give you one last chance. If you
Okay.
do this again, you're done.
Oh, what, I'm supposed to feel indebted to you now, am I?
Hurry up, quick.
I was thinking out loud.
Hurry up.
Weitering at fullback. I was going to get Silvagni. I need another fullback.
Oh, you're not being serious.
I'm being serious. I want Weitering. I want Weitering at fullback. Oh, for crying out loud. I need a fullback, don't I?
You're taking the piss, aren't you? Are you taking the piss? Are you taking the piss? Are you picking Jacob Weitering at pick 6 in the best?
Did you see his game on Darcy?
Okay. Are you seriously picking Jacob Weitering at pick 6? At pick 6.
Okay, I'm just.
I don't even have him in like my top 200.
Okay, shut up.
I think we're done.
I can't. How am I expected?
Jeremy Cameron was a better pick.
How am I expected to work under these conditions?
What is happening?
Okay.
How are you? You know we're not doing current day players, right? You can't pick anyone that's played since 1990.
Gary Ablett Jr.
You want to lock that?
You've messed up my system, okay?
Oh yes, I'm so sorry that you picked Gary Ablett Jr. over Jacob Weitering. I'm horrible. Gary
Ablett Jr.
I can't believe we went through all that just for you to pick Gary Ablett Jr. Were you actually being serious when you said Jacob Weitering?
No.
Yes, you were.
No. I do need a fullback though. But no.
Well, and Jacob Weitering is the second best fullback in the AFL era.
How do you separate Glass, Weitering, Taylor, and Harris? Oh, Darren Glass is a very good fullback. Look,
Have you
4 or 5 times all Australian?
Have you ever heard of a guy called Matty Scarlett?
Matty Scarlett. You know my thoughts on Matty Scarlett. I think you're being provocative.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that Jacob Weitering was a better player.
Matty Scarlett was no Lonergan, was he?
You literally said. Tom Lonergan. You literally said neither of us can stuff this up, and then you pull out Jacob Weitering with pick 6. Where do you want Gary Ablett Jr.? Where's he being named?
I'll put him in a roving, the traditional roving position at the moment.
All right. With that, you better be ready because I'm already about to. We've picked 7. I'm picking on the half forward flank, Dusty Martin.
Right, no, that's right. Now, Dusty was obviously a great player, but a lot of great players are going to be right down the list.
Weitering a pick 6. Jeez,
it's a role. It's like these guys, as we said. Some guys are the cream, some guys are the cake.
People are never going to listen to this again.
Weitering's the cake.
They've lost all respect for your opinion.
But he's a structural player.
Jacob Weitering at pick 6.
He's a key position structural.
Come on, we haven't even go on pick 8, Michael.
Okay. Well, do it in a rush because his cats need to be fed. So it's all very pressured here at the moment.
No, because you're wasting time talking about Jacob Weitering.
Okay. All right.
Can I just read out my half forward line? Dusty Martin, Buddy Franklin, Gary Ablett Senior.
Okay.
Michael's got Jacob Weitering at fullback.
Diesel Williams in the centre. Bang!
You have
laugh at that one. Laugh that up.
You have annoyed me a little bit because Gary and Diesel were 1 and 2 of my midfield ranks.
Diesel Williams.
So that's a bit annoying.
Bang.
But luckily we've got a million good midfielders, so I can cover this. I will go with pick number. What are we up to now? Pick number 9. So okay, so I got to be. So this is my last pick before you have back-to-back.
I've made a
picks.
comeback in this. I've come storming back.
Only because I let you. If I let you go with Weitering, you would have automatically lost. Am I right? With pick number 9, I am going to go with Chris Judd in the centre.
Mistake. I've lowered him into the trap. Chris Judd, yeah, great run and carry man, broke the lines. What separates a lot of players is their kicking. And the likes of Judd and Dangerfield, can't think of anybody else at the top of my head. These people who are known as great midfielders, they weren't good kicks. Okay, and that's what separates them from the absolute elite.
He's no Jacob Weitering. You can't. No, not everyone can kick the ball like Weitering.
No, we're talking about midfielders. So,
all right, pick 10, the last pick of the first round.
The Bont.
The
Bont ruck roving. Go forward, could take a contested mark. Beautiful. I've got him ruck roving. So I got Williams, the Bont, and Gary Ablett Jr. as my small midfield.
That's a good midfield.
It is please.
4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So at the end of the first round, I'll read out my 5 picks so far, and you read out yours. So I got fullback Stephen Silvagni, in the centre Chris Judd, and then the greatest half forward line you'll ever see, Dusty, Buddy, Gaz Senior.
Okay, I'll see your greatest half forward line. Oh, I haven't got my full half forward line. Yeah, you've only got one player. But hold on, you're laughing at me because I went for Weitering. Your first pick was Silvagni in the same position, full back.
I'm sorry, are we comparing Silvagni to Weitering right now?
No, Silvagni's the best key position back I've seen.
Yeah, and Jacob Weitering probably wouldn't be in the top 1,000 players to ever play the game.
He's a very good player.
Oh, Michael.
Weitering, he's a very good player.
Michael.
Well, let's be honest. I like Carlton.
Not one person watching this would think that Jacob Weitering deserves to be picked 6.
Okay, what I've got so far is I got Diesel Williams in the centre, best centreman ever, probably one of the best 5 players to play the game. I got Carey centre half forward. Is he the best player to ever play the game? I got Jason Dunstall at full forward. 1254 goals, 3rd most ever. Is he the best full forward to ever play the game? I got the Bont, ruck roving. I got Gary Jr. roving. Not a bad little 5.
You're bragging, yet I literally saved you. I saved you because you wanted to pick Jeremy Cameron and then Jacob Weitering.
I was just thinking out loud with Jeremy Cameron. I was thinking out loud my structure.
You're embarrassing, Michael.
He wouldn't be amiss in this team.
Oh, jeez. All right. So who'd you pick with pick 10?
No, it's my pick now. Oh, the Bont.
The Bont, yeah. So pick 11. The start of the second round. Pick 11. Who have you got? You going back to back?
I'm going back to back.
Yes.
Okay, well, give us a second. There's a bit of. So I've got my inside mids and my.
Why are you
outside
showing
mids.
me your notes?
I'm just doing.
You would be an awful recruiter. You would be recruiting for Collingwood. You turn to the Carlton table next. Look who I've got here, guys. Look at this. Got all the good players on my list. Are you picking him next? This is who I want.
I'm gonna go one a little bit out of the box. Before I go a bit out of the box, before I go to try it.
Please go, Weitering. You know you want him.
No, I think I'll go Bucks.
How many midfielders are you going to have?
I'm going to go, but well, Bucks can play the wing. He started as a
Play
wingman.
wing. Okay.
Yeah, he started as a wingman.
Okay. How's that out of the box?
Well, it's not really out of the box, but there was one particular guy I was tossing him up with who's a bit. Yeah. Anyway, we'll become a.
Well, yeah. So you're gonna tell me who it is?
No. I made that mistake last time.
Yes. With Bucks is on a wing.
Bucks is on the wing at this stage.
So pick 12. I'm gonna go Pendles.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you're laughing at Pendlebury, are you?
No. Pendlebury, he would have been in my side. Yep.
Yeah. I need another midfielder. See, this is what I mean. There's so many great midfielders. Like,
Okay.
I'm happy to have waited.
I should have picked this. I had this guy originally penciled in a pick 3, but because all the confusion about the Buddy Franklin thing and
The confusion.
the Jeremy
Jeremy Weitering.
What's his name? Weitering's first name?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Don't even know
Weitering.
his name.
I kind of got lost. Adam Goods.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick.
Adam Goods because he's the most versatile player I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's number 1 in my utility section.
Yeah, best and yeah. Sorry, don't talk over me. I've lost my train of thought. Most versatile player I've ever seen. Could literally play anywhere, including ruck, and that's what I'm picking him as. I'm picking him as my second ruck.
Oh, second ruck. Okay.
My second ruck.
So bench then.
So at the moment he's on the bench.
That's right.
Good.
Adam Goods
Yep.
at pick 13. All right, pick 14. Who am I going to go? What position should I go? Pick 14. I reckon I will go. I'm going to go my first slight positional change. I'm going to put Dusty into a forward pocket.
So you're already having to make changes in relation to my team. You're panicking.
No,
Yeah,
I'm making changes because there's a clear player. The player that hasn't been picked is clearly the best on the list.
It's got nothing to do with my team, has it? It's forcing you to make changes.
So Dusty's
on the run.
Yes. Dusty's moving from a half forward flank to a forward pocket.
Oh, that's a big change. I'm screwed now. I might as well give up.
And on the half forward flank replacing him is James Hird.
Yeah, James Hird.
That's a pretty good pick.
No, actually, well, I'll show you I actually picked my team, my perfect team last night, and James Hird's not in it.
It's because you don't know anything about football. You picked Jacob Weitering in pick 6.
He was in there, but I crossed him out and put somebody else in instead. Now, this is the player I was tossing. It's my pick, isn't it?
Yes, it is your pick.
This is the player I was tossing up with before between Buckley and him. Matera.
Oh, yes.
So Matera was a better pure wingman, but Bucks could also play inside mid. So that's what.
Which Matera, Michael?
I've got the wings in the wrong place.
Oh.
Here we go, Bucks up here.
Which Matera? I'm assuming Philip.
Yes, Philip.
Well, knowing you, you actually have to ask the question.
Peter Matera.
You never know who you're going to pick. Matera,
Williams, Bucks as the centre line.
have you got a defender yet?
Well, I tried to get a defender. You told me not to.
What? Please
Okay.
pick. No, it's not your pick. Don't say okay like you're about to pick.
Matera, Williams, Buckley on the centre. Please. I'm not losing this.
You're not. I am going with my next pick. I will.
You don't need to preface it. I am going with my next pick. Just tell us who you're picking. Jesus.
Pick 16.
Freaking speech. I proclaim.
There's so many good players. I'm just trying to work out which one's the most important. I reckon I'm gonna go with on a half forward flank, on a half-back flank. I'm gonna
The
pick.
cats aren't getting any less hungry, Dermott.
I'm gonna pick. Yeah, when I tell you to hurry up and I'm talking, you get angry. I'm trying to think. Shut the fuck up.
I'm here advocating for your cats.
At pick 16, on the halfback flank, I'm going to pick Andrew McLeod.
Oh, come on. I was about to pick him. I was literally about to pick him next.
Well, you didn't, did you?
Um,
Sorry, Michael. Pick number
Okay.
17.
Is it my pick?
Yes, I just picked.
N.Daicos, halfback flank.
N.Daicos is at pick 17.
Yep. Halfback flank.
Like, I love Nick more than anyone in the world, but that's
I need
very
a running halfback. So who's going to be better half? You took McLeod. Who's the next best running halfback?
well, I'm not going to tell you my list. Cause
Yeah. No, I have to grab him because otherwise I'm going to have a stodgy halfback flank.
Yeah, halfback flank. All right. I am going to go a pick. I forgot to put N.Daicos down for you. At pick 18, I will go. What do I need? I think I need another midfielder. That would be nice. Yeah, I'll go another midfielder, and I'm going to go with Michael Voss.
Yeah, Michael Voss didn't make my side. I'm not as big a fan of Voss that a lot of people are. Oh, great player, but not in the top echelon of great players.
Michael Voss. And I'm going to put Judd to ruck rover, Voss bang smack in the centre. It just looks better that way. I don't know why. I just imagine Voss bang smack in the centre. So that's how I'm going to go about it at pick 18. Now, this is your last pick before I go back to back. So make it worth it, Michael.
Okay. Okay, just keep your eyes away, please.
What do we got here? Jeez. So many great players still.
Simon Black.
Yeah, good pick.
Simon Black. He's on the bench.
I love how you.
So I did have Pendlebury on my bench, but Simon Black. And it's funny. I was talking to you about Simon Black and Pendlebury the other week, and I was saying how I've been meaning to pose the question, who's the better player? Because they're both so similar. And then bloody Jordan Lewis steals my thunder last week on one of his footy shows.
Who's your thunder? So a guy that's on a proper football show has
and now, look, I thought, I can't say it now because it looks like I'm just copying Jordan Lewis. But my question, who was the better player? Black or Pendlebury? They're both very similar, both great players. I haven't got the answer. So, but Black on the interchange.
All right. So my back-to-back picks. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do it. So, sorry. Is this? No. I've got one. Hold on. I'm confused. Who did you just think? Black. So, okay, I got one more pick before the end of this round, and I'm going to go with my wingman, my first wingman, and it's going to be Jason Akermanis.
Yeah, Aker was on my side on the half-forward flank.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good player.
He's a champion player.
Oh, what a player he was.
So he can be picked 20, and that will be the end of round 2. So I'll go through my current squad, and you go through yours. So I have Stephen Silvagni at fullback, Andrew McLeod on the halfback flank. I got Michael Voss bang smack in the centre, Pendlebury and Judd alongside him, Aker out on the wing, and listen to these forwards: Hurd on a half forward flank, Buddy on a half forward, Ablett Senior on a half forward flank, Dusty in a forward pocket. Fuck, that's elite.
Yeah, my turn.
Yeah, your shitty looking team. Go on.
Shitty team. N.Daicos on the halfback flank. Yeah, bad start.
I know you can.
Bad start.
You know, even if you end up picking a better team, I still saved you. I saved you. Don't you ever forget that.
The greatest centre line ever assembled in the history of mankind. Peter Matera, G.Williams, Bucks.
Not bad.
Forward line so far, looking a little bit bare as far as numbers goes, but I've got the two best key position players ever, key position forwards ever, Carey and Dunstall. That's pretty good.
A lot of people would say Lockett.
Yeah, a lot of people would be wrong. Bont, ruck roving, can go forward, take a contested mark, kick a goal. Beautiful player. Ablett Senior. Ablett Junior.
Yeah, don't steal my players.
Roving. And we all know how good he is. Goods is on the bench, most versatile player ever.
Yeah, Goods is a good pick. I like it. You've already filled out your bench a bit, haven't you?
And Black, Simon Black. Just, lazy Brownlow, lazy Norm Smith medalist, so on and so forth. The Eagles passed on him, apparently.
Who?
Black in his
Oh,
half.
yeah,
They could have
yeah,
taken him. Decided they didn't want him.
Yeah. All right, so we're up to round 3, and we've picked 21.
Is this your third pick in a row?
It's my. You picked Black.
It's been a long time since I last had a pick.
You picked Black. I pick Akermanis, and now it's my pick. Back-to-back picks.
I just don't trust the system.
Is that because
I could easily see you ending up with 3 picks more than I have.
Well, how does that make any sense?
Maths was never your forte, Dermot. Let's be honest.
All right, so this is what I reckon it's got to the stage now where there's a lot of players that are just very, very even. So it's hard to split them. But what's
I just reflected on Weitering. It was very.
that was the worst thing I've ever seen.
I stand by that.
Well, pick him with your next pick if you stand by that. I will go. That was awful. Okay, on the opposite wing to Aker, I'm going to lock in Ben Cousins.
The opposite where to Aker? Cousins on the wing.
Yeah, Cousins on the wing.
Right. Is okay. All right, fair enough. He was actually
What, you don't rate Ben Cousins?
he was in my side as a sub, but I took him out at the end. Oh yeah, I rate Ben Cousins.
Yeah, so what's the issue? Why are you so surprised?
Oh, I just didn't think he'd pick. Yeah, I thought he was a bit higher than he might have gone. That's fine.
Well, he's a better player than Weitering.
Oh, different position, but I'm about to.
Different position.
I'm about to upset you, Dermot,
Okay.
because you would have liked this guy, Tom Stewart, in the back line. We'll put him put him in the back pocket.
I do like Tom Stewart, but in saying that, I'm really angry with him at the moment because he's just so fucking injury prone. He's absolutely killing me in fantasy and Supercoach at the moment, this guy. So, you know what? I'm happy to see him slide. Fuck that guy. And late withdrawal last night. You're just hopeless, mate. Any chance Chris Scott can just name his team properly? Any chance? The most dishonest coach in the history of the game. AFL need to crack down on Geelong. It's becoming ridiculous. But anyway, that's just... that could be an I got vomit for me in the next episode, I reckon. All right, so look, that's okay because that's literally your first pick in the back line, isn't it? Oh no, you got
Nick Daicos.
Nick Daicos and a half-back flank. So I can let that one slide. I'm not too upset. So we've picked 22. I'll pick 23. Sorry, I will go. Who should I go? Yeah, it's pretty obvious looking at this that I will be going back pocket, Luke Hodge. Got to be done.
Right, fair enough. Yeah, Luke Hodge didn't make my side, my best side.
What have you got? You just so you didn't have Hurd, did you? You didn't have Voss, didn't have Hodge,
Didn't have Lockett.
didn't have. So what? You're waiting for what? Weitering, like what?
Sean Burgoyne, half-back flank.
He's a good player, Burgoyne.
He can play. Another guy who can play multiple positions. So we'll put him in the half-back flank. Good. Good second option to McLeod there.
No, he's not bad, but
Oh, he's not bad. No, he's not bad. I think we can guarantee he's not bad.
Okay. So next, pick 25.
Not as much to laugh about today, is there?
No, see, the Collingwood one. Oh well, I don't know. The Jeremy Cameron, Jacob Weeder, and debacle that will go down in history.
No, I just did that to be funny. And put a bit of
did you
levity into the place.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm going to go. Actually, am I going to have to go another positional move here? No, I won't. Okay. I will go. Actually, I will. I'm already moving Luke Hodge. I'm moving him from the back pocket to the half-back flank. And in the back pocket, Gavin Wanganeen.
Yeah, he was in my side. He was in my side, Gavin Wanganeen.
He's a guy. No, I know we're not doing years, but 1993 version would be ideal.
Shouldn't have won the Brownlow though. Greg Williams should have won the Brownlow. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, this is looking very, very promising now. Actually, fuck, this is a good team. Holy shit, you've lost. You've actually lost. You've butchered it.
No.
You've waited too long to pick your defenders, and you've butchered it. All right, pick 26. Come on, hurry up, Mick.
I've just had a mental blank as to his first name.
Oh, here we go.
But it's definitely not Willie. Rioli. What's his first name? Rioli Hawthorne.
Dean Rioli from Essendon.
Not Dean Rioli. Not
Dean
Willie
Rioli.
Cyril Rioli.
How could you forget Cyril?
Cyril Rioli. Oh, I haven't. I put him in. What? Yeah. Well,
Where are you picking him?
I'll whack him in the forward pocket.
Forward pockets. You haven't really done much with your back line or your forward line.
I've got three people in the back line.
Yeah.
I've got
no key position. Yeah.
No, but I've got. Oh, yeah, come on.
All right. So looking through this, I will go. Am I going to go best? I'm not sure if I go to. Actually, yeah. Fuck it. I'm going to go interchange. I'm going to pick someone on my bench, and I'm going to go. I pick 27. The game's record holder, Boomer Harvey.
Yes, as you know, I'm a big fan of Boomer Harvey.
Yeah.
We spoke about him last week.
He's a good man to have on your bench.
Yeah, run and carry.
Yeah. See, this maybe you're right. Maybe this is a bit boring. These guys are too good.
Yeah, this is boring. You might as well turn off now. This is boring. My pick is it? Do you have another three in a row?
This is your pick.
This is my pick. I'm going to go with Daicos.
P.Daicos. Yeah.
Now you're going to say, "Oh, this isn't the AFL era," but he kicked a lazy 170 goals in the first 2 years of the AFL era. Then he was having his best season until he was struck down by injury in '92, and I think he kicked 8 goals in his third last game against Geelong.
I had Daicos on my list. I didn't quite know because he was my first pick, I think, in the Collingwood draft. But for the whole AFL draft, I just didn't know where to put him
Well, there's no better forward pocket than Daicos.
Well, I got Dusty. Dusty did a little bit more in the AFL era than what Daicos did, I would have thought. But
oh yeah, but no, he's still good enough to be in the side.
oh no, he is. I probably would have picked him eventually.
Daicos forward pocket.
All right, what am I going to do? We've picked 29, and I better make the most of this because it will be my last pick before you've got back to back. Who will I go? I haven't even got rid of some of these players from my list that have gone. Cyril and Boomer have both gone. I will go with pick 29. Swanee.
Yeah, Swanee was in my side.
On the bench. Swanee on the bench. My midfield's already taken up. So, yeah. Solid pick.
Okay, I need a half forward flanker.
I've got plenty. Do you want one?
No, well, you haven't got this one, and you got to kick yourself.
No, I'm not.
The old fashioned, you got to kick yourself.
Oh, wait, I'm very happy.
Stevie J.
Yeah, I like Stevie J. I'm not kicking myself.
Stevie J.
Heard Ablett Senior, Dusty. I'm not kicking myself, Mick. I'm not kicking. You putting him on a half forward flank? Yeah.
He's on half forward flank.
C.Johnson. I do like Stevie J. Gun player. Underrated player, actually, Stevie J. All right. So, end of the third round. We'll go through just quickly. So, I've currently my back line, Stephen Silvagni, fullback, Gavin Wanganeen in the back pocket with McLeod on the halfback flank, Hodge on the other halfback flank. My midfield, Voss, Pendles, and Judd with Cousins and Aker on the wing.
So say that again. Your midfield?
So I've got the midfield is Voss, Pendlebury, and Judd.
Right.
And then my wingmen, Cousins and Akermanis.
That's not a good field. That's not a good midfield when you take into consideration what we're doing here. We're picking the best of the last, 35 years from 1990.
Well, so you don't rate Michael Voss, Scott Pendlebury, and Chris Judd?
I do Pendlebury. The other two, I'd say they're great players. Yes, they're great players, but they're not at the very top echelon of
Judd and Voss.
Judd and Voss aren't at the very. They're not amongst the the Buckleys and so on and so forth. Or the Williams. Who else have we got? All the names. I've just momentarily.
I've
momentarily forgotten.
Michael, I'm not cheating, but I literally glanced at your notes and I see the name Joe Danaher. So I'm just going.
I'll explain that. Okay, because I'm very big on my second rucks still being able to contribute elsewhere to a high degree. So I had Joe. So this is my second rucks. My first.
Why are you reading that?
No. You broached the topic. So second ruck. First option was
Mark Blixerhavs.
Okay, if you'd indulge me for a moment, I'll explain it to the uneducated maybe amongst those. So guys who could have a run as a second ruckman but still provide great service elsewhere. And Goods, I think we all agree Goods is the top there. Joe Danaher, how good was he? Key position player taking a run in the ruck. He was so impressive. Brad Ottens could play key forward really well, unlike a lot of ruckmen. And Mark Blitzards, if Goods is the most versatile player ever, Blitzards isn't far behind him. Keep on going. I was never going to pick it. It was in case, I really had to, run out of options.
You're an idiot. You picked Mark Blitzards, Jacob Weitering, Joe Danaher. How did these guys even make your list? How did they even cross your mind?
The last person I wrote down on my list was Lockett. He was a 70th player.
Why do you think I haven't picked him yet? He's going to be my last pick.
Well, you knew I was going to pick him.
Yeah, well, there's no point. Like, he's obviously a top 5 pick, but I'm waiting to pick him with my last pick. Spoiler alert. Unless you now want to pick him on your bench.
I didn't have him in the top 69. Did you going to?
So, did you have Blitzards ahead of Tony Lockett?
Yes.
Say to the
No.
Say to the camera, you rate Mark Blitzards more than Tony Lockett. Say to the camera.
No. What I'm going to say to the camera is this. I'm going to say it right now. As I pointed out with the mock draft for Collingwood, this isn't about rating the best players number 1 down to number 23. It's not about that. It's about picking the best side. Okay, and I'm certainly not going to have Dunstall and Lockett in the side together.
But you had Blitzards high in your overall rankings than Tony Lockett. Yes or no?
No, Lockett was a champion, but Dunstall was a little bit better.
But you didn't have Dunstall at this stage. Before you did the rankings, you still had Tony Lockett below Mark Blitzards.
No, because for my full forward options, I was going to have Ablett first, Dunstall second. I knew I was going to get one of those two. Okay, so there was no point in having Lockett in the side in the 70, but I threw him in there just in case something went wrong.
Outrageous.
Again, not the best players 1 to 23, just the best team.
All right. Anyway, you really...
and people may say, but they played together in that state game. State football wasn't real fair income football. Okay,
it was back in the day.
That structure wouldn't work in real football.
All right. Anyway, so my team, I got Silvagni fullback, Wanganeen back pocket, McLeod halfback flank, Hodge there at the halfback flank too. Voss, Pendlebury, and Judd in the midfield with Cousins and Akermanis on the wing. My half-forward line, James Hird, Buddy Franklin, Gary Ablett Sr., Dusty in the forward pocket, and I've got Boomer and Swanee on the bench currently.
Right, okay.
Well, read out yours.
It just seemed like a second ago. I've previously read it out, but I think we're reading them out too often.
At the end of each round. Go on, hurry up.
Stewart in the back pocket, Burgoyne and N.Daicos on the half-back flanks, Matera, Williams, Bucks, centre line, Stevie J and Carey on the half-forward line so far. Full forward line, Cyril Rioli, Dunstall and P.Daicos. On ballers, I've got my ruck rover, Bontempelli, and my rover, Gary Ablett Jr. Interchange, Goods, and Black. It's good. You're a good side. It's a good side.
God, you rate yourself, don't you?
Well.
All right.
Exhibit A. That's how I.
We've picked 31 to my interchange bench. I'm going to go for one of the most versatile players to have ever played the game, and that will be Jimmy Bartel. Thank you very much.
Jimmy Bartel was on my list. Didn't make my side in the end, but no, a very good player. A lot of very good players aren't going to make the side.
Brownlow medalist, Norfolk medalist, 3-time premiership player, and over 300 games. I think the only other player to do that was Simon Black.
Okay, now I did have my pick ready to go, but with all that talk and all those reading outs of players, I've actually forgotten who I was going to pick next, which is annoying. So give me a moment.
Come on, Michael.
That's giving me a moment, is it?
Hurry up.
Okay.
We don't have all day.
I'm going to half full flanker.
3.
Nothing's. Oh, should I go for him?
You're upset in the list.
Go for him. I'll go for Darren Jarman.
Oh, fucking next pick.
Forward flank. You didn't think I was going to do it, did you?
My next pick.
Get in the Darren Jarman.
Fuck off.
Midfield, half forward, full forward. Coming out of the square if we want him coming out of the square.
I was going to pick him in the forward pocket.
You can have Andrew.
You're an asshole.
And you're beauty.
That's the first time you've picked a player one pick before I've done it. Out of the Collingwood draft and this one, that's the first time you've done it.
Stevie J, Carey, Darren Jarman, half forward flank, blows your half forward flank out of the water, Dermot.
Okay. No, that's all right. That's all right.
No, it's not all right. Go for Andrew Jarman.
Shut up.
Have a laugh.
All right. What I'm going to do is a mini restructure. Am I? Damn, I really wanted him. Really wanted him. All right. Okay, so I am going to do a Akermanis is now moving from the wing to the forward pocket because that's where I wanted Darren Jarman.
Deck chairs in the Titanic. He's just shifting them around.
So he can go there. Will I move someone else to the wing to cover him, or I'll pick someone? Yeah, and then I will pick. I will pick Boomer on the wing. I'll move Boomer to the wing.
Who's he playing on, Matera or Bucks?
So he's going from the bench to the wing, Boomer. And now I will pick on my bench. So I've already got Jimmy Bartel, a very flexible player. I will now add Anthony Koutafidis. What, you don't rate Kouta?
No. I'm just thinking, no, Kouta, he's a great player. I didn't actually. I'd forgotten all about Kouta. I didn't have him in my 70.
What?
And I rate him so highly. He's a great player. I was just thinking how angry, if you're a Carlton supporter watching this, don't they get angry? Don't the Carlton, like I was listening to the Carlton fan thing yesterday because I love listening to that when they lose. So all their supporters ring in to this YouTube station and whinge for literally 3 hours. And I'm trying.
You don't watch the whole thing, do you?
I listened to a couple of hours of it.
Oh, that is so sad.
Yeah. No, and one of them said, he said, you know, this how many Collingwood supporters are going to be listening and just laughing at us. And yeah, I was one of them. But
it is kind of sad, Michael.
You know how angry they're going to be? Oh, yeah, we haven't picked Cripps yet. They're just going to be, Steam's going to be coming out there.
I highly doubt any of them are watching.
Yeah, Steam's going to be coming out. But yeah, you pick Kouta, that makes up for it.
Yeah, I did. I picked Kouta. I like
Where'd you put Kouta?
I just put him on the bench.
Yeah, he would have made my side, Kouta. I forgot to pick him. I forgot to write him down.
But you didn't forget Weitering, you didn't forget Blixarbs, you didn't forget those great players.
Stop looking. Now again, I had a player in mind, but I've forgotten who it is.
Pick 34, Mick.
Okay, hold on.
You need to stop forgetting.
I'll remember not to forget. I've got Chapman on my list.
No, I like Chapman.
Yeah,
so
so do I.
That one's not funny. The Blixarbs one's hilarious, but
no.
Once again, I'm sorry if we're not looking at the camera enough for our YouTube viewers. It's because we're writing.
Apologising.
We're writing all this down.
Sucking up to the viewers. No. Oh, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry you don't like our table.
No.
Okay.
Wait. It doesn't affect Spotify, does it? But YouTube, they're probably thinking, why aren't we looking at them? Well,
you're distracting me with nonsense.
Hurry up, Michael.
Well, I would have got it by now had you shut up. Jesus. What do I even want? I want to sign up for.
Is Cripps on your list or not?
Yeah, he's on the list.
Yeah, he's on my list.
Yeah, but he did not make it the side. Hold on.
All right, you're gonna have to pick. You're gonna have to pick. We don't have all day.
I'll go with Max Gawn.
Oh,
I'll go with Max Gawn. Just a lazy 7, 8 Australians.
I was gonna go Max Gawn,
but there's a few good ruckmen.
Yeah, well,
you're not gonna. He's not an absolute game.
Well, now I can now wait for my ruckman because of that.
Were you going to do it next pick? Were you?
I guess I can tell you now that I was planning on picking 2 rucks actually as I went on. And
this is typical Dermott sides. They're all too tall.
Well, no, because I was going to pick 2 rucks based on the fact that I have Buddy and Ablett that are flexible. I've got, if I went N.Daicos, he's basically like another midfielder. So I thought I could have done that, but only if it was Gawn and Cox. I'm not going to do it now. I'm only going to pick one of them, which would now obviously be Cox. You're not going to pick Cox because you've got old mate there. Goodsy.
Yeah, no, Cox isn't. No, he was Cox, Wren, and Gone were the 3 rucks I was tossing up.
Did you consider Madden? I know it's AFL era.
Oh, no. Madden was pretty much shot after, once the AFL era came. He played on to about 92, but he was a shadow. He was the best ruckman I've seen, though, Simon Madden.
Oh, yeah, great. Okay, well, that was literally I was going to pick a ruck with my next pick, so now I know you don't rate this guy, but occasionally you pick guys that you don't rate extremely highly. Like who'd you pick? You picked Mullane in the Collingwood draft
Well, that's a smaller pool of players to pick from.
Yeah, but I was holding off on him because I thought you weren't going to pick him. So this guy's extremely important to my structure. So I'm not going to wait around for you to somehow pick him when I don't think you will. But I'm going to go with pick 35, Matthew Scarlett, and I'm going to put him in the back pocket.
Yeah, no, Scarlett didn't make my 70.
Yeah. How you don't rate Matty Scarlett?
Yes, he made my 70, not make.
I don't know how. I don't know how you.
He was a good third back tall.
He's a great player.
He wasn't a key position back to me.
Well, he was.
He didn't have the weight.
He just simply was.
I saw. Remember that time I told you about the Fraser Garrick game where Garrick just destroyed him, just pure weight. He just couldn't go with him.
Yes, okay. Yeah. You're basing it on one game.
That was indicative of all his games where he came up against the big gorillas. He couldn't handle the big gorillas.
He
went okay with the likes of Lloyd. Lloyd was a great full forward, but he was a slighter full forward.
No, he wasn't. Lloyd.
He wasn't the monster full forward. Like a Lockett was, like a Garrick was.
All right, go on, get on with it.
Oh, okay, it's my pick, isn't it? All right. Well, I need a. What's his name? What's the guy's name? Because I wanted Wanganeen as my back pocket.
Yeah, well,
because he was the best back pocket I've
You've
seen.
got literally no key defenders right now. I'm looking at your team. You've got not one key defender, and you can't say Tom Stewart because he's not a key defender.
Yeah, well, I've got key defenders there to pick. Don't worry.
This is gonna be the funniest part of the podcast is when you name your key defenders because you always pick the most outrageous guys. Like as we heard, we picked 6.
Chris Johnson, back pocket.
Okay.
Good player.
He's a good player.
Chris Johnson, back pocket, good player.
He's not bad.
Oh, he's more than not bad.
You got no other options basically.
No other options. He's a great player.
You've disrespected your defense once again. Well, because you've got no key defenders, I'm going to pick my last key defender.
I actually got him with my key defenders a bit earlier.
Yeah, and there's 2 guys that I really, really, really rate. I'm trying to separate them. Can I? So who have I got? Silvagni, Scarlett, and I want one more. And that guy will be... I'm going to pick Jeremy McGovern at centre-half back.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about McGovern. He wasn't on my list.
He wasn't on your list?
No, good player.
So hold on. You remember Weitering, but not McGovern?
Yeah, I forgot about Kouta and McGovern. Yeah, that would have been a good pick.
It's 50-50 between him and one other player. I won't tell you. But I've settled with him.
So you're done with your key backs now. So I can just sit back? Because
Depends. I'm not ruling out.
So who's in your back line so far?
Well, my back 6 is now complete.
Your back 6 is complete.
So I've got Scarlett, Silvagni, Wanganeen, McLeod.
Well, you'd be stupid to put a...
McGovern and Hodge.
Well, surely you're not stupid enough to put a key back on the bench.
Well, you never know what I'm going to do, man.
Oh, don't underestimate your stupidity. Yes, I've learned that.
Pick 38.
And it's my pick, is it?
Yes.
Rightio. We're gonna go sub, of course, aren't we?
Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna be picking a side.
Oh shit! We've done.
What?
Hold on a second.
Oh, he's stuffed up.
I've stuffed up somewhere.
Did I not tell you?
You hold on. So Aker Cousins was picked 2021.
I told you.
You missed your back-to-back picks before.
I knew it.
So you were meant to have pick 30 and then pick 31.
Didn't I tell you I want an order to forensically go over this bloody draft?
Hold on. Okay, you go.
This is probably what happened in the Collingwood one as well. That's how I ended up with Stevenson in my side.
No, the Collingwood that one was spot on.
This throws the whole process into conjecture.
You can have pick 38 and pick 39.
That's not the same. Who'd you pick with that pick?
Bartel.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked him anyway.
Exactly, so it's fine. And then my next pick was Kouta, who you said wasn't on your list.
Wasn't on
my
my
pick
list.
after that was
Okay,
Scarlett,
but
who wasn't
still.
on your list. And the pick after that was McGovern, who you forgot about. So it's fine. You go pick 38, 39.
I'm not forgetting
And
about
then I'll
this.
go 40, 41. But it didn't affect it, as you just said yourself.
Okay. So
Oh,
I
shit.
got the next two picks, have I?
30, and then I'll get the two after that. Yeah.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Let's put Dangerfield
Ooh.
in as the sub at this stage.
Sub?
Sub.
You've picked your sub before your bench.
Yeah, I just think it depends how the rest of the team evolve, but I reckon Dangerfield is your perfect sub.
Okay. And you've got pick 39.
I probably got pick 42, truth be
No,
told.
well, I've got 40, 41.
As far as you know, till you discover that you're wrong.
I could be. I'm now confused the hell out of myself. No,
I thought there was one point that you got about 5 picks in a
no,
row.
but this was after you were whining.
At one stage, I went and had a shower. I came back and it still wasn't my pick.
Hurry up.
Rightio. So,
Pick 39. No.
okay, right. Stop talking.
Oh,
Here we
shit,
go.
here we
I want a bit of Petrarca was another one who can't kick very well. Like
What, you don't rate Petrarca, right?
Well, not at the very top. He's like in the Voss Judd category. They're good, great midfielders. Let themselves down with their kicking. So what do I need? So I need a full back and a. Okay, I might delete those. Oh, sorry, we got Hurd's gone.
Of course, Hurd's gone.
Yep. I might go for Petrarca, I think.
Oh, track. That's not bad.
Track on the bench.
Bench. Yeah, I don't mind that.
And also, you could go forward and cause havoc down there. What did he kick? What did he kick? Got 40 possessions and kicked, what, 3 or 4 goals?
39 and 3, I think.
Oh, so that's a good
In the grand final you're talking about, yeah?
It's a good grand final.
It's a very good grand final. All right, so I reckon I'm going to go hold on, so I need a ruck, I need full forward, and last spot on the bench. Okay, on my bench, I'm going to go R.Harvey.
Yeah.
At pick 40.
Yeah, good player.
I think that's a perfectly fine pick for your last spot on the bench, R.Harvey.
Oh, yeah, could run all day.
Yeah.
So you got both the Harveys?
Yep, got both the Harveys, Boomer and Robert. And yes, that will be the end of round 4, but we won't bother reading out of teams because they're nearly done, so we can wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, we'll wait.
I've got pick 41. So back-to-back picks. I do this time, I do. I promise you. So I got my sub to pick. I got a ruck, and I've got a full forward. We know that I don't need to. I probably have to pick my sub before the other 2 spots, if I'm being honest. So my sub. Jesus,
On my preferred team, I got my entire centre line and my entire following division on my preferred team. It's exactly the ones I wanted.
Congratulations,
How
Michael.
good's that?
I'm really happy for you. I am.
Considering I've had 5 less picks, I'm ecstatic.
Shut up. Okay. Gee, should I do this? Hold on. For my sub. Let me have a look at my structure here. Yeah, I reckon I'm going to. This is a bit of a weird sub, but I'm going to go at pick 41 as my sub. Do I want to do it? Hold on, let me look at the available midfielders before. No. Yeah. I'm going to go at pick 41 as my sub, Matthew Pavlich.
Yeah, he was on my list.
Yeah.
Key position back and key position forward all Australian.
And midfielder.
And midfielder too.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
right.
I pick him and he can come on and fill any hole.
Yes, he was on my list.
But yeah, so Pav as my sub. Super Pav as a super
Okay.
sub.
Right. Okay, rightio. My pick, and I've got my fullback, centre half back, and one of my bench to fill. So I'm going to go for Jacob Weitering at fullback.
You go in there. After the whole.
He's like, how do you compare? Like, you got Weitering, you got Taylor, you got Glass, you've got Harris. Like, I don't watch any of them enough to be able to differentiate one from the other. They're all fine players.
Weitering.
I think, well, Weitering he's a good player. Number 1 draft pick. Where's his deficiencies? Weitering a fullback?
At pick 43, my second last pick, I'm going to go my ruck, and that is going to be a D.Cox. Perfectly, fine pick to round out my.
Right.
No, not my on-field division. So I still got one pick and it is on-field.
Yeah, but you've always got another pick off your sleeve, Dermot. Let's face it.
Hurry up, pick 44.
Okay, so the aforementioned debate: Glass, Lonergan, Taylor, Sam Taylor, or Andrews. Who will I slot in at centre half back?
Harris Andrews. Who's Taylor?
Sam Taylor.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Harry.
GWS.
You literally, you don't know anyone other than the current key defenders, do you?
No, well, look, Jakovic is, people at home will be saying Jakovic. I saw Jakovic play. He had a bit of trouble with the really mobile centre half forwards.
Hold on.
The problem he had with Carey.
Carey said he was his hardest opponent.
Yeah, the mistake Carey made, and Dennis Pagan says this. Dennis Pagan says the problem with Carey had with Jakovic is Carey had his ego was too much. He didn't want. Jakovic was too big and strong for him, so Carey couldn't accept that. So Carey tried to wrestle him, okay? And he was losing that. Had Carey got on his bike and used his mobility, Jakovic would have been slaughtered, just like Barry Stoneham had the better of Jakovic, because Barry Stoneham used to get on his bike and run Jakovic all over the place. So had Carey done that, I think he would have beaten him more.
Well, I'll tell you right now, when I was picking McGovern, it was McGovern v. Jakovic. So would have said,
but how you didn't see Jakovic?
Well, that's what I leant towards Jeremy McGovern because I knew 100% he was
exactly. Because you're just relying on the Herald Sun and Channel 7 to tell you how good a player Jakovic was.
Well, I picked McGovern.
Okay, and he was overrated, Jakovic.
Well, that's your opinion, but you think Tony Lockett and all those players are overrated.
This is my this whole thing is my opinion. All right.
Awful team. All right, go on. Pick 45.
What do you?
44, sorry.
I'm going to go. My gut is just telling me Sam Taylor.
That's a weird pick, but it's a hell. He's a much better player than Jacob Weitering, so I can't make fun of you.
I'm going to go for Taylor, centre half back, ahead of Harris Andrews and Tom Lonergan, a personal favourite.
You were joking with the Tom Lonergan.
No, it wasn't. Tom Lonergan was a fine player.
Do you know anything about football? People are going to stop watching this.
Moved on to Clokey in the 2011 Grand Final. Just shut us down after Clokey was tearing Harry Taylor asunder.
Harry Taylor, far better player than Tom Lonergan. Far better. All right. Pick 45. The absolute steal of the draft, without a doubt. One, Tony Lockett. And he's won the draft with the last pick. He's at full forward.
Jesus, good.
Tony Lockett, pick 45. Let's listen to some of these names that Michael's picked before Tony Lockett. Sam Taylor, Jacob Weitering, Dangerfield, Chris Johnson. Jeez, look at some of these names. Oh my God, Tom Stewart. All better players than Tony Lockett.
Well, they're playing in different positions.
Mark Blixarves is ahead of him. Tom Lonergan's ahead of him. Tony Lockett, pick 45.
Different position.
Bang.
You can only have one full forward, one specialist full forward. Okay. And that specialist full forward for me was Dunstall. So that means Lockett doesn't get in the side at all.
Okay. So hypothetically, if I went Jason Dunstall, pick one, you would have picked Lockett then?
No, I would have picked Ablett in front of him.
Okay. If I picked both of them, what would have you done?
Let me see. On my key forwards.
Surely Tony Lockett.
Jeremy Cameron was there. Kerners was there. Kernahan. Lloyd. Loved Matty.
You had Lloyd. I love Lloyd, but you have him ahead of Tony Lockett.
I had Pavlich there.
Ahead of Tony Lockett.
I probably would have, but these, Lloyd's especially. I probably would have gone for Lockett had you taken Dunstall.
I was about to say, do you not like players that can kick goals?
No.
Because I heard that he kicked a couple in his career.
Yeah, kicked a couple. Yeah, I would have taken him as my third specialist forward, full forward. Okay, so
I'm done. That's my team.
Right, I'm going to move my sub Dangerfield.
Oh, shaking in your boots now
onto the bench.
Yeah,
Dangerfield. So it's not a pretty handy bench. And as my sub, a one out of the box a bit, and
Oh God, another out of the box.
Out of the box, because I love my subs to be versatile. I love my subs to be able to break the lines. Talking about a good kick as well. This guy was a good freaking kick and could take a contested mark. He could basically do everything. No one of those versatile types. Do you know who I'm talking about? Brendan Goddard. Brendan Goddard. He was crucified. No, seriously. He was crucified by his coach.
Brendan Goddard.
Lyon didn't know how to use the guy. He had him all over the place, running off half back half the time. And Brendan Goddard as his sub. Now, any thinking man out there would be saying, "Oh yeah, that's right, Goddard. Yeah, of course, Michael."
That's
There you
awful.
have it.
Let me run through some of the players that did not get picked up now, and I'll see if and you can add any of these guys that I've missed out on potentially.
All fine players, I'm sure, but you can only fit 23 into 23.
Yeah, so in my utility spot, I've got Chris Grant wasn't picked up. Good swingman.
Never in my list. Didn't make my 70.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you have guys like Tom Lonigan. It's too hard to push himself in. Key defenders, Alex Rance and Paul Roos missed out.
Oh, poor Ruse. He was just a kick chaser. Please.
General defenders, I've got Guy McKenna, Heath
Yeah,
Shaw,
fine players.
Glenn Archer, Nigel
player.
Smart.
Yeah, good player, Nigel Smart.
Yeah, were they all on your list?
Some of them were.
Yeah.
Sicily was on my list too.
Yeah, Sick Dog's a good player. Midfielders that missed out, Joel Selwood, Paddy Cripps.
Nah, Joel Selwood wasn't on my list. Grossly overrated footballer. Good player.
Jesus. Sam Mitchell, Mark Rashudo, Lockie Neal, Shane Crawford, Nat Fife,
Shane Crawford, so much.
Paul Kelly. Some very good players there.
Paul Kelly is a good player, good tough guy.
Wingman, I got Nicky Winmar.
Good player.
Key forwards, Matty Lloyd and Stephen Kernahan.
Yep.
And general forwards, I've got Brad Johnson is the one that missed out there. So they're the guys on my
Who's
list.
your centre half forward?
We'll read out our teams in a second. Who are the players that you've got on there that you thought were unlucky to miss out?
Unlucky.
That I just didn't name.
Well, I had Sidey.
Side bottom, yeah.
Side bottom. I had Mick McGovern there. A couple of guys.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Mick McGovern, yeah.
Yeah, he was very close. Wayne Swash.
Yeah.
Very good player, very underrated, kind of lived in Carey's shadow, but a great player. I think how many best and fairest did he win there while Carey was there? He won a few, I think. Nigel Lappin.
Nigel Lappin, good player, yeah.
Good player. What else got Bartel? Lockie Neal.
I said Lockie Neal, yeah.
Dean Kemp.
Yep.
Kind of forgotten about because he played right over in the West, so he was a very good footballer. Mark Rashudo, did you know?
Yeah, I said Rashudo.
Okay. Panda Williams, Sean Wren.
Sean Wren.
Good player. Mark Blitzards, good player.
Jesus Christ.
Chapman.
Chappie's a good player. I'm not going to laugh at Chappie.
Chappie's
Didak, was he on there?
Oh, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Good pick. Eddie Betts.
You don't rate Eddie.
Oh, look, it's a pure. The only problem I had with Eddie Betts is he was just a forward pocket. You couldn't throw him into the midfield, like with Rioli or Daicos. Obviously, well, Daicos especially was a fantastic midfielder. Rioli could go in there and make an impact, but Eddie, he was just a forward pocket, and very, very good forward pocket, but just a forward pocket. Jeremy Cameron, of course, as we said, Tom Lonigan. Players like that. It's Corey Enright. Byron Pickett. I was a big fan of Byron Pickett.
Pickett.
He was a steam train off halfback and wing. Just used to get the ball and run and don't get in his way. You wouldn't want to get in his way when he had a full head of steam. He was a player.
Byron Pickett.
Oh yeah. He was close to getting in my preferred side.
Jesus.
No, good player. You wouldn't. You're too young, Dermot. You wouldn't know.
I saw him win the North East medal.
Yeah, I know, but even then, you're only like 10. That's it.
Before we name the teams, is there any looking at your team? Is there any little positional changes you want to quickly do before?
What do we got? Well, I swap Weitering and Taylor around. Maybe not. They keep. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Johnson.
Oh, look, while you're looking through, I'll make one. I'm going to swap Boomer back to the bench where he was originally.
You don't want Boomer on your side. You're swapping him all over the place. You've made a mistake.
It's because he's flexible. I didn't make a mistake.
Even though you had 5 extra picks, you still managed to make a big mistake.
No. Boomer's on the bench, and I'm putting Robert Harvey on the wing. I think I would rather because
Robert Harvey on the wing.
yeah, up and down all day. Well, you have Bucks on the wing.
Nothing at great pace though. Yeah.
No, well he's all right. I got Cuz on the other wing because Boomer, I want to come on. I want the flexibility. He can go on the wing. He can go into midfield. He can go forward. I like that flexibility on my bench. So
Okay.
that's why I'm making that move.
I'm pretty happy with even though I only ended up having 7 picks throughout the whole process. I'm pretty happy with
All
what I
right.
got.
I'll let you read your team first before I can reveal the winning team.
Okay. Well, you got same from the fullback, Chris Johnson, the Brisbane Flyer back there.
You know, you're going to try and talk up all your players. Each one you name, you're going to build them up to be the greatest.
No. I'm not going to say anything because these names will speak for themselves. Sam Weitering, fullback.
Sam Weitering's at fullback, is he?
Oh no, that's Sam Taylor tonight. Like, what's Weitering's for? Jacob Weitering.
Because they're no fucking good. You don't know their
Jacob
names.
Weitering at fullback. Tom Stewart, you have a back pocket. Sean Burgoyne, almost said Peter there. Sean Burgoyne.
You can have Peter.
Half forward.
Surprised you didn't pick him, actually.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Jace Burgoyne, who's currently a Port in your team.
Yeah, I was thinking of Jace Bow. If we needed a halfback flank, I'd go after him. But we don't. We've got plenty of halfbacks.
He's a wingman as well.
Yeah. Sam Taylor, centre halfback.
Do
N.Daicos.
you have anyone
Halfback
that's
flank.
retired in your back line? Are they all current day players? Jesus.
No, Johnson's retired. Burgoyne's retired. Peter Matera, Diesel Williams, and Bucks across the centre line. That's a scary centre line. Stevie J, Carey, and Darren Jarman, half forward line. Much better than your half forward line. I don't care who you got. It can't beat that.
Heard Buddy and Gary Ablett Sr.
Still not as good as this. Forward pocket, Cyril Rioli, Jason Dunstall, P.Daicos. Followers, Max Gorn, The Bont, Ablett Jr. Bench, second ruck, and can do anything you want. Adam Goods, Simon Black, Petrarca. Well, I've got a few Norm Smith medalists here, haven't I? How many Norm Smith? I've got 1, 2. Bucks is a Norm Smith medalist. Who else is a Norm Smith medalist? I'll go for it later on. Dangerfield. You always won a Norm Smith, Dangerfield. And then as a sub, Brendan Goddard. Almost another. I know he should have won the Norm Smith. He should have won a Norm Smith. Almost dragged the Saints over the line.
Look at mine. I got Dusty 3 Norm Smiths, Hodge 2 Norm Smiths, McLeod 2 Norm Smiths. Okay, cool. Hurdy, he won a Norm Smith, didn't he, James Hurd?
Pendlebury, you go.
Yeah, Pendlebury, he won a Norm Smith. Judd won a Norm Smith. Did Akermanis? No, he didn't. Aker should have won one.
The first man to win a Norm Smith by grubbing all his kicks.
Jimmy Bartel, Norm Smith medalist, got him as well. Gee, I think I've actually got more than you.
Well, Gary Jr. should have won one, let's face it. Stevie J won one. There you go.
All right.
Diesel Williams won one. We'll compare later.
Do you have any that won multiple? Because I got 3 that won multiple.
Oh, there's multiple business. Not like Pendlebury, like Dusty Martin won 3. Pendlebury, it's a subjective thing. Had the voters.
You're the one that brought up the Norm Smiths.
Had the judges. Pendlebury could have easily won 3.
You're the one that brought up the Norm Smiths. And now I'm using it against you.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
My team. Bang.
There's the bad team. Here's the winning team. Full back line. Boom. Matthew Scarlett, Stephen Silvagni, Gavin Wanganeen. Half back line.
Oh, am I supposed to respond then, right?
Andrew McLeod, Jeremy McGovern, Luke Hodge. Centre line, Ben Cousins, Michael Voss, Robert Harvey. Half forwards, James Hurd, Buddy Franklin, Gary Ablett Sr. Full forward line, Dusty Martin, Tony Lockett, Jason Akermanis. Followers, Dean Cox, Scott Pendlebury, Chris Judd. The bench, Dane Swan, Jimmy Bartel, Anthony Kouta, and Boomer Harvey. And my sub, Matty Pavlich. Bang.
A lot of running the Matty Pavlich. You're not going to.
I've won the draft.
No, you stuffed up with your.
I've won the draft.
And we need to clarify
again.
Is Cousins on the gear or off the gear during this game?
On the gear, Cousins. I think he was slightly
on
better.
On the gear because you heard Paul Roos talk about that. He wasn't happy.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, well, poor
Paul
Roos.
Roos is a whiner, though, in all fairness.
Well, he basically said because they only won their premiership by a kick, he's basically saying, well, was Cousins on the gear during that?
Well, it
game?
wasn't just him, it was like most of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So-
I'll have a cry, Paul Roos.
Oh,
Have a
it's
cry.
not a bad point. I don't think.
Sore loser.
In a one kick game.
But you know I've won. Like, look at this bench. I got Bartel can play anywhere. Kouta can play anywhere. Pav coming on can play anywhere. Like, these guys are just so bloody flexible. So I didn't even need to pick like an extra forward or an extra defender on my bench or anything like that. The flexibility in my team it's just outstanding. And look, Tony Lockett, Buddy Franklin, Gary Ablett Senior, like Michael. who have you got? Carey and Dunstall. Please.
Yes, please.
No, but you've only got two of them. You got no one else.
What do you mean I've only got two of them? See what?
You've only got two. You've only got Dunstall and Carey. I've got Lockett, Buddy, and Ablett.
As marking forwards.
That's pretty.
Well, I don't really need more than the two.
Oh, I guess Weitering can switch forward. Actually, you're right. Yeah, sorry.
What we with Rioli, Stevie J, Daicos, and Jarman, you think I'm scared the ball's going to hit the ground? I think I want the ball to hit the ground. Thank you. Okay, jeez.
Okay, can you just admit that I've won because I have won? Like,
Well-
Michael, you got Weitering and Sam Taylor in your back line. I got
fine.
Scarlett and Silvagni. Like, you're
don't rate-
fucked, mate. You're fucked.
Don't bring Scarlett to the table. with
He's
that,
a
'cause
far better player than anyone you
I
drafted.
don't rate him.
Yeah, but that says a lot about you.
Are we doing anything else today? Because I've got a who am I for you if we're squeezing one in today.
Well, I don't have the intro or anything ready, but is it going to be an unofficial who am I? No, we'll go.
No, an official who am I?
All right, well,
Well, you can put the intro in later, can't you? What are we talking about?
I need to set it up, but okay, go.
We don't have to do it. Don't we?
This is the most. No, we'll do it. This is the most unorganized podcast we've ever done, but that's okay. It's by round. We're allowed to have an off one. Go for who am I, and then we can wrap
Is
it up.
this off? Is it?
Well,
Then aren't all our podcasts off?
well, this one's extremely off. But go on.
Okay,
All right.
rightio.
Here is Michael with who am I? I can't put the intro in, so
Oh, can't you? Okay.
I'll organise all that beforehand.
You could edit that later on.
Well, yeah. Anyway, go on.
Born in the year of our Lord, 1961.
So for 5 points.
Born
So you need to say for 5 points.
for 5 points. Born in the year of our Lord, 1961.
What do you mean in the year of our Lord?
I'll explain it later. Don't worry.
Is that got something to do with the question though?
No. Well, sorry. Dermot's stupid. So no. I shouldn't say that. You kind of are. But I'll explain later. Born in 1961.
That's not a clue. How's
Yes,
that
it
a
is.
clue? What? Someone was born in 1961. That is a clue.
Who was born in 1961?
That is the
He had-
worst clue
It
ever.
had something to do with Collingwood.
That is the worst clue. How is that a clue?
I'll explain it later.
That is not fair.
I'll explain it
That
later.
is not fair. That is blatant
Born-
cheating.
1961.
That is blatant cheating. I don't know. Go to 4 points. That is blatant cheating.
Recruited from Preston RSL Football Club, I made my debut in 1979.
How old was he then? 61? 79.
It could take a while,
okay.
listeners.
Yes. How is this? This is ridiculous. You're giving me no chance. This is a
Recruited from Preston RSL Football Club, I made my debut in 79. Just think, Dermot. Stop complaining. Think.
Who did BT play for? Because did he go to Preston at the end of his time at Collingwood? Was that? So how old are you? You were born in 68. So this would make, if it's BT, that would make him, about 7 years older than you. He could pass. How old are you? 50 what?
57 and next month.
BT.
No.
Fuck off. Well, that was a huge stab for 4 points. All right, go on.
My breakout year was 1981.
No. These are really bad questions, but you can never bitch about me again. These are really bad questions.
Played one sanctioned AFL match with Nathan Buckley.
Sanctioned AFL match.
So a sanctioned AFL. So he played one sanction. So
It's Daicos.
It's Daicos.
Yeah.
So the question was, I only gave him the greatest Collingwood player ever. It wasn't an obscure player. It wasn't Mick Irwin, for instance. It was P.Daicos, and he was complaining.
Yeah, but you gave me no fucking clue. Born in 1961.
Yeah, I would
How's
know
that
that.
clue?
I knew Daicos was born in
How's that a
61.
clue? And then you told me he was drafted from Preston.
Everybody knows he's from Preston RSL Footy Club.
That is bullshit.
No, I had to make the questions more obscure because we're talking about the highest profile player we could be possibly talking about.
That is crap.
It wasn't.
Born in 1961 is not a clue. How
Yes,
is
it
that? You deserve to lose a point overall for this.
Did you used to watch? No, you didn't because it was over. But where you got this concept from? Okay, this Who Am I? It's from Tony Barber's Start of the Century, and they'd start by saying born in 1876, dying in 1923, and then people would guess it from those dates.
But with us, our thing, you need to make it for 5 points. It's got to be really, really difficult, but it's got to still be something you can get.
I would be interested in hearing from the listeners to hear if anybody was able to get it from those first two clues, especially.
Well, the first one, no one would have got.
I reckon. Oh no, a lot of people know he was born in 61.
There's no way anyone's lasted this long anyway. That was a very ordinary draft.
From the second clue, the Preston RSL Footy Club, I reckon Lockwood got it, that one. There you go.
That was awful.
Still leading.
No, that is. Normally, I'm not a sore loser. Normally, it's you. That was crap. One, I wasn't prepared for a Who Am I because we weren't going to do it for this episode.
How do you prepare for a Who Am I?
And secondly,
you get the audience. You go down to the library, get the encyclopedia out.
As the manager of the podcast, that it doesn't count. You got to come up with another one next week.
Okay, this one I'll do a deal.
Okay,
this one won't count, but my one, Lockett will count.
You weren't a part of that podcast. It was me and Andreas.
Okay, what can I say?
You were driving around in your car listening, and you claimed that you guessed it.
Take it or leave it.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Born in 1961.
The last clue was played 250 games, kicked 549 goals. If you waited to the end, you probably would have got it, wouldn't you? You got it at 2. So you got it at 2. Hey, hold on. You got it at pick 2. Okay, how is it that hard?
Hold on. Did BT play for Preston? Yes or no? Was I right with that?
No. BT came from WA.
No. But when he retired from, he did.
He played for Paran.
Paran, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Paran.
No, he went. He's a captain coach.
He was from WA. You idiot, Dermott. You bloody idiot.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Well, but this is standing because the reason standing is if you had just waited, you would have got 2 points.
You've made a very, very, very powerful enemy here. You wait till your next Who Am I, mate.
Well, so this one doesn't count, but Mick Irwin does.
Yeah, because my questions were good.
Please.
Not I was born in 1961. Bang.
Mick Irwin's mother wouldn't have got the Mick Irwin question. Please. I don't reckon Mick Irwin would have got Mick Irwin.
Rightio. So before we wrap it up, this is our last podcast together. Sitting next to each other for about, is it going to be 6 or 7 episodes? And so after we've paused this, I'm going to need to try and talk you through this because you're going to have to try and deal with technology. The podcast will be continuing, don't worry. But it will be, I will be obviously, as of 2 days ago, I'm now on my long service. Fuck yeah. And I will be traveling around Australia and New Zealand for about 6 weeks. So I won't be with Michael. We won't be doing it together. We will be doing it over Zoom. And he's going to have to try and work out the technical side of things by himself. It's going to be... So there's actually no guarantee that we'll be back for 6 weeks because this guy is an idiot. He can't even press pause or stop whenever I ask him to.
I'm going to be doing as Dermott holidays in Tahiti on a banana lounge.
He's house sitting for me for 1 week until my housemate gets back from his own holiday. And he is so sad about it.
You remember that Back to the Future in that scenario where George McFly was successful? And you had Biff out there, and Biff was polishing his car, and he was a husk of a man. His spirit had been broken. That's what I'm changing his freaking cat's key litter. He's saying to me the other day, they're both good at pissing in there, but one of them can't shit properly and it goes down the side.
Sometimes.
So I'm going to be scrubbing that. And he wants me to start his car every morning to get it ready so the battery doesn't.
It's a 2001 Toyota Corolla. She's a bit fucked. Needs to be started each day.
And I'm going to be sleeping on a fold-out bed at his house.
Only because he won't sleep in my bed.
I'm not going to be sleeping in your sheets.
But yeah, so I don't know. I won't be. It could be a bit loose the next few podcasts because I'm not sure how much prepping I'm going to be doing. I'll be having a lot of fun. But the good thing is I'll be at the games, every single Collingwood game. So the Carlton game through to what's the next one? Gabba round against the Swans, Brisbane at the Gabba, into Anzac Day, into Geelong, and then followed by Freo in WA. I'll be at those 6 games. A little stop in New Zealand in between rounds, in between Anzac Day and Geelong. So yeah, I'll be at all those games. I can. Julian Rowe medal votes will be interesting because we might now be seeing it quite differently. So yeah, so that's exciting. I apologise in advance for the technical side of things, because it's probably going to be pretty bad with old mate over here. And I apologise for this episode because I don't think it was one of our best ones, was it? It was yeah, but there could be another one coming out in the next day or two with David King. So I'm still in conversations with him. So we'll see how that goes. It may or may not happen. If it doesn't happen in the next few days, I'm hoping that maybe we can push it back to our next buy round in the middle of the season. Good bloke, King. Really good bloke. All right, Mick. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up. Any final words?
Only that, yes, I do want people giving us feedback on the Who Am I. I want to know if anybody got it on 4 points. Let me know. I'm just curious.
And let us know if you got it on 5, born in 1961. All right. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. If you want to follow our socials, you can find us on X at Into the Woods Pod and on Instagram at Into the Woods Pod 10. Thanks for listening. We look forward to doing it again next week. See ya.